It's the end of the week, and so it's time to take out the trash. Okay, so oh my God, he's starting to throw up a bit. Oh, that was the young women who dressed up as old women to get the vaccine from last week. Well, anyway, I've got some trash for you. And look, human garbage comes in a lot of different forms. This is one of a person who has been garbage a lot. In fact, was our garbage person of the year last year, I think 2 years in a row. But this is like a personal reason for this one. So my garbage person is Mitch McConnell, and I'm gonna put him in the trash there. And the reason that he is my garbage person of the week is just because he's the sort of politician who's awful in all the substantive ways that we talk about, but also just the personal ways where like, this is a person who's so obviously awful and spineless and dishonest that it just makes regular good people not want to be a part of this thing, this enterprise of caring about politics. Like I get frustrated when people aren't into politics, but I also get it when they are confronted by people like this. And let me tell you what I mean. So back as a result of the second impeachment trial, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, in a speech after he voted to acquit Trump, argued that Trump is practically and morally responsible for the attack and said he could still face legal consequences. So I'm gonna vote to acquit him, but he's totally responsible for it. And hey, maybe he'll face legal consequences. I mean, he said, we have a criminal justice system in this country, we face civil litigation, and former presidents are not immune from being accountable by either one, stating Trump is still liable for everything he did in office. So Trump is responsible for the attack on the Capitol, might well go to jail as a result of it. Then in response to that, Trump wrote that letter saying, among other things about McConnell, that he has a lack of political insight, wisdom, skill, and personality. He's dour, sullen, and unsmiling political hack. He begged for an endorsement. Democrats play him like a fiddle. They've never had it so good. He's got substantial Chinese business holdings, which I think is just an attack against his Chinese wife, and third-rate leader. That's what he is. So he's responsible for the attack. He should probably go to jail and might well go to jail. And then he attacked him a whole bunch. And then after all of that, take a look at this back and forth in the news.
If the president was the party's nominee, would you support him?
The nominee of the party? Absolutely.
You just said that he's responsible for the attack, and you think it seems perfectly legitimate that there might be legal consequences afterward. He could end up in jail, but absolutely, don't even have to think about it. It's the most obvious thing in the world. It's just so frustrating that like seemingly not thinking at all about what he's actually saying, what the implications of it actually are. A president that you think inspired an attack that ended up killing people. Oh, you know, totally. I mean, totally, if he was our nominee, I'd totally be down for it. Anyway, I'm not gonna be able to hear you because I assumed it would switch over to this one. I'm gonna get my thing, but let's go to one shot of Brett, and Brett, give me your thoughts.
All right, here we go. So my favorite definition of politics is discourse in the service of power. And that is, and Mitch McConnell is a strictly political animal. And if the definition of politics is discourse in the service of power, he's just being what he always was. They are who we thought they were. And I'm not excusing it. You're right in all the reasons it's reprehensible, but I'm analyzing the politics. And it's no different than his previous positions anyway.
I know.
Mitch McConnell is advocating, and in his discourse on the service of power, he knows the Republicans know that they have their only route toward the existing Republican politicians know that their only route for many of them, their only route to maintain the power that they have is to support Trump. Because otherwise they lose, and the Republican ideas are worse than the Democrat ideas in most people's minds. And the ones in the middle who haven't like identified either way, that definition still holds. The ones that are affiliated with Democratic candidates, they're still better in most people's minds than the ideas in Republican candidates' mind, vice versa. So Mitch McConnell is essentially and has said, yo, anyone who wants to take Trump out, do it. I'm not gonna do it, but you can do it. And if after you trying to do it, it turns out that Trump is the Republican nominee, I would be totally stupid to do anything but say I would support him, because I would lose not only the election, which I'll probably lose anyway, because Trump ended up losing the House, losing the Senate, and losing the White House, but I'd be double screwed if I also abandoned Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everything you said is 100% right. And none of the fact that he said it isn't surprising. I get it. It's just, it feels to me like a version of Ted Cruz, like kissing the ring after all that Trump had done. Like, what you want is people who are actually people. We don't have that. We have people like Mitch McConnell and we have people like Ted Cruz. And like I said, I think for a lot of people, it just drives them away that along with so many other things about the way politics works in America, everyone is just so fake and so spineless and so absent any actual values that mean anything. Like the best you can hope for is sort of performative values. I don't know. This is by far not one of the.
That's exactly it. Discourse in the service of power. If we can make it the case that they get power by us changing the system so that you have to absolutely go with the will of the people. I mean, that's the goal. That's the only way to get the slimy creatures like Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz to go along with it.
Yeah.
And Democrats as well.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.